Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another series review. I just recently watched the finale to Westworld, and it was called The Bicameral Mind. And of course, this is not the first time that we were actually introduced to the concept of the bicameral mind in and of itself. And things have gone dreadfully wrong with a lot of the improvements that Maeve has decided to make. And we learn more about Dolores' character. I always knew there was something unique about her, and of course, Billy also realizes that as well, and Logan gets what's coming to him. I couldn't think of his brother's name, but his brother's name's Logan. And it's interesting, I never really paid that much attention to this at first, but when a character is naked, you would think this character has absolutely nothing. They have been stripped of all dignity like he was. I thought, oh, it's an allegory. So it makes sense, but with the AI, it's more of creator created kind of dynamic. And I thought, right, like with the Garden of Eden, when Adam and Eve were created in the garden, they didn't think anything of their nudity. They thought that it was completely normal. And it wasn't a sin until they ate from the tree of knowledge, of course. Then all the horrors happened, but needless to say, I know my Torah well. Anyways, it is, this episode was just, it boggled my mind. It just completely blew me away. And it just, there's so many questions to be asked and answered about this particular thing. And, yeah, it made me think. And Bernard, he was also very intriguing in his whole revelation as well. They all of the, it seems like all the hosts have a revelation, and we figure out who Wyatt is. And I thought, oh, that is so messed up. It's not even amusing. But this whole season, the whole series in and of itself, I knew that there was a movie that was done. I've never seen the movie, but this is an improvement, a vast improvement, and HBO has gone to such lengths, and they've improved so vastly in the past year since I started watching it. It all began with The Sopranos, which to me is still one of my favorite shows of all time, and still has one of the most controversial endings, but the ending makes sense. Don't flame me. The ending makes sense if you view it through the perspective of a voyeur. Anyways, that putting that aside, I am still a fan, and I really wish that Mr. Chase would take my suggestion. I wrote him a letter and didn't ever heard a response. Of course, they can't do it now due to the fact that my beloved James is no longer with us. He has gone to be with God. But it's just it's so intriguing to see just how well that that Westworld is doing. And I think that Game of Thrones is its biggest draw because it has so much buzz, and George R.R. Martin is just this mogul of intellect and creativity. He is one of my idols, and I aspire to write that well, just to be so visceral and vivid and descriptive, and just to create a likable character. It's also a little bit of a douchebag is also very intriguing and very it's a draw, because we can relate to characters who are broken and vulnerable in some way, shape, or form. And I think this is what makes Westworld so fascinating, especially in the fact that it tackles all these ethical dilemmas, all these moral dilemmas, all these ideas about artificial intelligence and the whole concept of existentialism and theory and everything based on that is just, it's mind-boggling. It is, I'm watching it and I'm thinking, oh, yeah, we're getting some really heady information here that even a lot of college students don't get, and it's a crash course. And everything like that, especially the whole subconscious and the conscious, and when he described that, when Ford actually went into his soliloquy about that, it was absolutely gorgeous. It was just something resplendent about that, and how complex the conscious mind actually is. I really can't say that much else about it. I'm interested in seeing how they're going to top it. That's how they ended it. I'm not going to say how they ended it, because if I do, it'll... yeah. Spoilers. Ahoy. And believe me, I'm not going to do that. That would just be too cruel. But that's pretty much all I'm going to say. But I'm taking on a new role. I am going to actually start sitting down and practicing and learning how to play piano again. And I'm going to learn how to do Reiki. I don't think I can actually afford to go get trained by somebody, because I don't have the money right now. And I'm going to try to get out of my hometown a little bit so I can start actually seeing people. Because, you know, and I promised I wouldn't break down on camera. But I'm trying to be happy. That's a mask I wear. I'm being real. It's very painful to realize that the pillars of your life are no longer there, and they've gone. And you're not going to see them for a while. It'll probably take a long time. I mean, in the course of a human life, we don't understand eternity. It just doesn't make any sense to us. I mean, even the universe, it's 3/4 dark matter. We don't even understand that. We don't even understand what composes the oceans, and most of our Earth is composed of ocean. So it's just another way of saying science doesn't have all the answers, and religion doesn't have all the answers. Human beings don't have all the answers. It can't be solved by either of those two things, separate or together, because we're so limited. But I miss them, and my heart hurts, and I wish it didn't. I hate it. I don't like feeling alone. I know I'm not alone. It's just it's hard, because I feel like I've done something to deserve. I know I haven't. It's just, oh, you're too picky, I've heard, or you're too smart. It's just, I'm trying to be a good person, and I know what I want. My heart knows what it desires, and I've made a dream box, and every night I think of the same things. I dream of the same things. I have the same dreams. But, well, they're all different, but they all lead to one goal in particular, and that is just to be free, to see the world, to have adventures, to actually go outside my comfort zone, which I'm doing. I don't like showing this side of myself. I am very emotional. I am somebody who cries if I see somebody getting hurt. I don't like to see people get hurt, especially if they don't deserve it. And I feel their pain being an empath. It kind of stinks, but there's so much I think I want to make it better, but then I don't want to enable, and just how I feel about my tenant, and I don't know if I'm doing the best thing for him right now. Because I know on the first he has to go, and I'm gonna have another tenant, but it's just, I feel like the Wicked Witch of the West. I feel terrible. I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard. That's all I have to say. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break down on my review of Westworld. That was just dumb. Silly. I already cried once today, and it was over a romantic movie, and I just thought, you know, I would give anything to... I know this sounds really bad. I would sell my soul. Yeah, no, I wouldn't sell that. I wouldn't go so far to sell my soul, because that's just stupid, and I'm not dumb. But I would give almost anything to have that kind of relationship, just to have somebody just to hear someone say that they loved me. That's all I want. And I have it right now, but they're over there, I'm over here, and it hurts. It really hurts. And I'm trying to keep it all together. But I don't know. I'm trying to be strong. And sometimes I'm weak. But even though I'm going through this trial, it'll be worth it. It'll be so much better when this is all over. But I will continue forging on, and I will not give up. Even though there are times where I am going to cry. Well, that's just part of who I am. I have a heart. I will cry. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of my emotion. I just can't help it. I'm a happy person, but right now, the holidays hurt. They really do. And if anybody else out there understands the way I feel, they know that things do get better in time. And all this shall pass. It shall all pass. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. I didn't mean to get all emotional and act like a diva. It was so stupid. But that's all I have to say. Until next time, live long and prosper. Ciao, Tootsie.